Okay, take two. Hi, Bonnie, Keely, Brady. I'd like to thank you so much for allowing us to share in your beautiful lake house for the time we were there. I must apologize for my my issue of having to try and fix or see what's wrong with everything, and I messed around with your lights, and I'm here to tell you I think they're a little unsafe, and here's why. These bulbs, and Brady has probably been up there and looked at them. Bonnie says that he's had them all apart. They have little pins in them. They're 12 volt, and they go into the socket that you see here. And then it's attached to those bars that go one way or the other. This is one that I took down, and let's see if I can do this. Um, if it'll focus, there we go. There, see that looseness there? It's tight on the other one, tight enough, but it's loose. And if you look close, if I can keep this in focus and get my pencil there, the, the darkness around the screw, I think the pencil's throwing the focus off. There we go. That's plastic. This plastic that's melting, and yes, the bulb gets hot. These bulbs, halogens, get very hot. And the heating and cooling will cause this little set screw to loosen. And when it loosens, you'll get a little arcing across in there that you may not even see. It's only 12 volts, but it's enough to create heat. It's resistive, like a resistor. The heat has to dissipate, and you'll notice the bulb might start getting dimmer or brighter, or going on and off. And it's not that the bulb is so hot, that's what's causing them to get loose. But once that happens in here, it's melting the plastic. And the melted plastic is causing a resistance in there, and it gets hotter and hotter. And I just happened to see it by going up there while they were on. A sane person would have turned it off first, but I had to go up there and see what was going on while it was going on. And it was molten. And in fact, this one just fell apart. Now, this one, just as an example, you can see on the inside how this one's still good. The little set screw works. This one, as you can see, is melted, and it's moved back in there. It's pushed itself in because it melted all this plastic or whatever the material is that it's in. You can't get the set screw out to make it tighter because all that junk is melted around the threads. So I thought, well, just getting a regular outdoor lighting socket, I thought would not be good because it's hanging upside down, and those pins, they just push in and it would fall out. Then I thought, what about one of these? It looks exactly like these, but it's LED, and it won't be getting hot, and it won't fall down because it goes into a socket like here. That's what it looks like inside. Goes in, and you twist it, so it's not going to fall out. It's got a good connection. So when I got home, I started looking for these bulbs, which they're all over, but not in 12 volt. So I cannot get them in 12 volt. And then I was going to set up a deal with the wires here so they're not seen, and you would screw it on the same way. So this is out. 12 volt bulbs are used in landscape lighting and in RVs. And that's what you've got there. It's 12 volts. So I can get your standard looking LED bulb in 12 volt, dimmable, which is kind of what you have there, dimmable. How do I change the socket and get it up there? Well, I wasn't quite sure. And I went poking around at the hardware store and I found one of these. This is designed just to plug into an outlet and take a regular bulb. Well, what have we got here? A 12-volt regular bulb. And what have we got on the end here? A regular socket you plug in the wall. Don't plug it in the wall. You'll burn the bulb out. What we do see here is your little adapter for the bulbs is pretty close to being a perfect fit in there. You don't need this anymore if you want to use this. And what you would do, you would get, and I'll provide this stuff for you. It's relatively inexpensive. I'd like to see it safe until you find what you want. Or you don't have to do it at all and just go find what you want. But this would put it off. Those rods that come across, one from either side, go on here just like they did on this. But you'll bolt it through with a nut and a bolt, which I can provide. This one's a little big. It's a 632. I'll have to get 440s unless you want to ream them out with a drill bit. But they fit right in that hole. I mean, the 440 will. What these are 440. We cannot use them because I can't thread that. So we have to put a nut on the back of it, so it needs to be a little longer. And they're like $2 for 100. So anyway, that's what I can offer. This can also be gotten in white. And the other option, I mean, up for a bulb, they also sell, what do I do with it? These Edison bulbs, these fancy Edison bulbs. Chris says they're not in anymore, but I like them. The problem is they're not quite as bright, but they may look a little better if you're going for the aesthetics of it all. Those are the options I've come up with, other than just going and buying a new system. The issue with that is you're going to have to put something up to get the lighting all the way across on each one of those strings of lights. And it's such a beautiful ceiling to, put some conduit up there. They'd have to come up with some sort of track that would look nice, or, whatever you think would look good. But this would be a good option. Either bulb, and I know Brady could do this, or Bonnie could do it, or Keely, you could probably do it. But if I get the go ahead, I will send all this up there, and it'll be real easy to do. Just take those down and put the nuts and things in there and try them out. Okay? Let me know.